Hi, I would like to share a little bit information about DDT. How basically we can describe about DDT? Is it chemical, drug, insecticide or biocide? But who know basically about the DDT? It's actually a dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethene. It's an organochlorine insecticide which firstly synthesized in 1874, but its effectiveness as an insecticide was discovered in 1939. Who is the discoverer or founder of the DDT? It is Paul Hermann Muller, who is a Swiss chemist and received Nobel Prize for discovering DDT. Let's watch a short video about rise and fall of DDT in America.
In 1943, the first 6 pounds of DDT arrived in the United States. It was tested by various government agencies, and before the war was out, we were producing tons of it. Then after the war, the use of DDT expanded into agriculture, forestry, and commercial and residential. It was used in hospitals. It was used everywhere. The peak year for its use was 1959, when there were 80 million pounds of DDT applied in the United States. So, again, by the end of the 1950s, 1960s, DDT and a host of now other related insecticides that were chemically similar had come into really widespread use. In 1945, Rachel Carson learned that the Fish and Wildlife Service had been doing tests on DDT at the Patuxent Research Center in Maryland, which is very near where she lived in Silver Spring. And these tests indicated that DDT maybe wasn't as harmless to other forms of life as had initially been thought.
At his press conference on August 29, 1962, President Kennedy was asked,
"There appears to be growing concern among scientists as to the possibility of dangerous long-range side effects from the widespread use of DDT and other pesticides. Have you considered asking the Department of Agriculture or the Public Health Service to take a closer look at this?"
Yes, and I know that they already are. I think particularly, of course, since Ms. Carson's book, but they are examining the matter.
The presidential commission that Kennedy ordered, as I mentioned earlier, essentially confirmed that Silent Spring was correct. It didn't really have any enforcement authority at that point, so not a lot changed at first. But Carson was asked to testify before the United States Senate.
biologist Rachel Carson, who also wrote The Sea Around Us, worked 4 years in the preparation of Silent Spring. What she wrote started a national quarrel.
Chemicals are the sinister and little recognized partners of radiation in changing the very nature of the world, the very nature of its life. These sprays, dusts, and aerosols are now applied almost universally to farms, gardens, forests, and homes. Can anyone believe it is possible to lay down such a barrage of poisons on the surface of the earth without making it unfit for all life? They should not be called insecticides, but biocides.
After her death from breast cancer in 1964, the environmental movement continued to pick up steam with Silent Spring as kind of one of its main touchstones. The formation of the EPA in 1970 by the Nixon administration was something that Carson and her colleagues had discussed for a long time as being something that the government needed to have. And then in 1972, among the first orders of business for the EPA was to ban DDT and about a dozen other closely related insecticides.
After a few decades, the usage of DDT was decreased. This is because of insect resistance, the development of new alternative pesticides, and DDT also is causing side effects to the environment, human and animals, as well as the government. They increase the restriction on DDT usage. The impacts of DDT on human, it causing liver damage, liver cancer, nervous system damage, congenital disabilities, and reproductive harm. Let's watch a short video how the DDT impact on animals through bioaccumulation and biomagnification.
Certain toxic substances, like the pesticide DDT, accumulate in the tissues of animals. This is called bioaccumulation. When DDT is sprayed on a marsh, its concentration in the water is very low. DDT is picked up by the plankton living in the marsh, and it accumulates in their tissues. Small fish that eat the plankton get a higher dose of DDT because of the accumulation resulting from eating many plankton during their lifespan. Larger fish that eat many smaller fish receive an even higher dose of DDT. Birds that eat fish, such as this heron, will receive a still higher dose because they eat many fish throughout their lives. This increased concentration of toxic substances in the bodies of animals higher on the food chain is called biological magnification or amplification. From the lowest trophic level, the plankton, to the highest trophic level, the birds, the concentration of DDT in body tissues may increase by a factor of over 100,000. As a result, the populations of several predatory bird species have drastically declined.
Just now we watched a short video about the bioaccumulation and magnification, how it impacts the aquatic animals. Not only that, DDT also causing eggshell thinning, develop liver tumors in mammals, chronic effects on the nervous system, liver, kidney and immune system. They also disrupt ecological food chain. This is an example of eggshell thinning which occur in peregrine falcon bird. You can see the comparison between the normal egg and which is another one is DDT exposure. So when we compare, we can see it's after the falcon egg is exposed to the DDT, it's occurred discoloration and its eggshell easily to rupture. This is due to eggshell thinning. The next is an example of the biomagnification. This is to give a clear picture about the how DDT concentration is increases for each trophic level. I also share few interesting facts about DDT. Just have a read on this fact. It's really interesting, so it's a kind of extra information about DDT. That's all from me. Thank you.